Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm attorney Max Anthony, the Max Out Lawyer, and I just want to give y'all a little walk around of and some more information on my 2016 Ford F-150 4x4 regular cab short bed truck. And then maybe later we'll have someone come drive it for us, wink, wink, and put it on the street in Mexico and see if we can get 9.99 on the street. All right, on 20-inch tires all the way around. So let's get into it. All right, guys, this is my F-150. It has 114,000 miles. Don't look at that yet. Don't look at that. We'll talk about that later. But this has, there we go. You can see that, 114,000 miles, work truck, stock seats, rubber floor, little e-boost 3 from Turbo Smart. We're on, I think those are 2025 F-150 wheels, and I just have them in some Mickey Thompson ET Street. Actually, I just think they're Mickey Thompson ETSS's, maybe? Yeah, Mickey Thompson, yeah, ET Street SS's. So they're 305, 45, 20s. I wanted something that I could drive to work every day if needed in the rain. And I have the ET Street R's on my CTS-V, and I've had it on my Corvette C7Z. Not good in rain, y'all. Not good in rain. But so this is a good happy median. You can kind of see you got enough groove for if you're under some water, you're not going to be slipping and sliding everywhere. But this is a 4x4 16. It's kind of hard to find. It took me about 3 months to find it. And I was finally able to, I bought it actually sight unseen, to tell you the truth, because I wanted a Gen 2 regular cab short bed 4x4 Coyote with the 6R80. That generation Gen 2 kind of hard to find, but found one, bought it sight unseen. It wasn't in the best condition. It's still not. You know, that's kind of the purpose of the truck, is to be a fun, inexpensive build that we can have some fun and build it right here in the Max Out garage. Because I got plenty of things that cost a lot of money, and I wanted something that was just fun. You know, bring me back to my high school days of the single cab lifestyle. But anyway, so we got it on a VAS 3.5 drop kit with the traction bars. You can kind of see underneath there. Had some problems with them. We've had to adjust them quite a few times, but they seem to be working okay. The boost controller setup that we're running is just an eBoost 3 that came out. Thank you, True Street Performance, for providing that to me and getting it shipped out quick. I am about to show y'all, oh, that's my wife's Escalade V, which is stock for now, but it's pretty badass. It's coming in for a just an oil change. Give me something to do. But anyway, I'm gonna show you this turbo kit. But we did this here in my garage with the help of Cody Fleming. He's a Ford certified master tech. And so it's not the prettiest, but the second part of this build, and I'll talk about that in the next video, but the second part of this build, we're gonna be making things a lot nicer and some new parts and components and powertrains going in this puppy. But anyway, here it is, guys. It is a Midnight Daylight Velocity 6466 twin turbo kit. Pretty much they're, you know, the highest package that they kind of offer in that kind of price range. It goes from like $7,500 on up. And so we got the Precision turbos, Precision 6466s, Turbo Smart. They're 45, Turbo Smart 45 wastegates. We got the 7-pound springs in it with the boost controller. But, you know, it's a super nice kit. Did have to relocate the battery, but I'll show you that in a second. But it all worked out good. And you kind of see these vacuum lines, push lock, got from Motion Raceworks. It did come with the kit. However, I like some of the fittings that Motion provided, very similar, but already had a little gasket thing on it. So we ended up using those and a lot of zip ties and some DEI wrap that we've had to take off and put back on. So it looks kind of janky, but we do have the True Street catch can and overflow tank. Solid piece. It like fits great. We had to tilt it slightly. Because remember that, guys, this is a 16. You know, a lot of the stuff was developed, even though it's all the same, it was developed on the, you know, the newer stuff, Gen 3, Gen 4, and the new trucks that are out. And so, you know, fitment is just not exactly like some of this PCM stuff's a little bit different on the new stuff, but we did relocate the battery, and, you know, just do some this stuff on there and some protectant lines, but we're going to make it a lot nicer. Whenever we go, we got a little Mac valve. We are adding a Mac valve because we're on a single. Turbo Smart recommends a dual to control the boost a little bit better on this. But yeah, so we got the stock intake, right? We got the Snow Performance kit, but it's a kit that was, the fuel system is, you know, the race kit from True Street Solutions. Plug and play, everybody, plug and play. Lines were freaking perfectly, all the fittings on them, cut to length. It was really, 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 really awesome. And again, install not the greatest, but it works. But so we got a triple pump in the tank. 2 pumps are always running. It has a third pump that goes off the Hob switch that is connected on the, I guess you can maybe see it in here, off the blow off valve down there. That's where it's kind of mounted. But yeah, so for tonight's run, we're going to be taking off the filters. Hopefully reduce the restriction a little bit for a little bit better time. But we are full weighted, guys. You know, yeah, we got all this stuff to make the front and sides look better. It looked horrible when I bought it, to tell you the truth. Got a bed cover, batteries back there as well. But what else? Turbo Smart. Boom, turbos. We don't have an exhaust on. We're just downpipes only right now. I do have the Corsa exhaust, and I got the Y pipe from Speed Engineering, but we're having some trouble mating it up just right. So that's going to take a little time to be able to get it to fit. Probably gonna have to do some welding, take it to an exhaust shop, but I have been woefully unsuccessful thus far in making it work and fit. But we're going to get there. But essentially, this daylight kit, you know, you got the oil feed, right? Oil feed lines here. You can kind of see it has a, I don't know what that is. Is that a filter, regulator, whatever? Not real sure. But it essentially comes off the oil filter down there. And it's an adapter that connects between the engine and the oil filter. And that adapter uses the oil pressure to shoot it up, and we have a line coming here, a line coming here, a feed, and then each one has its own, let's see, drain line right here. Bottom of the turbo comes out, drains into the front cover of the engine. You know, we have the bungs welded on, this right here. You can kind of see, kind of goes back, drains back. So that's the oiling system. Really, really super simple, everybody. Super simple. And we got the Motion Raceworks vacuum block, right? So we're pulling vacuum off of the intake. You kind of see this main line right here, kind of comes in off the intake, feeds the block. And then we got our line for reference line for the boost controller. Then we also have a reference line for the blow-off valve, and then also a reference line that comes up into the for the regulator, boost reference on the regulator. And then all of these vacuum lines are kind of tied to the Mac valve, which comes off the turbo and holds the gate down so you can make more boost and all that kind of jazz. But anyway, that's essentially it. You know, we did we really spray painted the intercooler in there. I don't know if you can kind of see it. Yeah, back behind there. Just to make it like kind of sleeper black to where you couldn't see it and not sticking out. So we did that, and you know, not too bad. We did have to get kind of creative on keeping the brake booster line, the brake booster vacuum line. We're gonna have to redo that, you know, and there's a few little things that we're gonna have to obviously redo. That's not perfect, but it works. So let's go take it for a drive.